Showers and thunderstorms marching across central and eastern Kentucky, and they are packing one heck of a punch. We're putting a track on each of them with live First Alert Defender.
Emergency officials are searching for a man in Owsley County that's been missing for nearly a week.
And we're learning more about an officer-involved shooting in northern Kentucky, why family members of the man shot by police say the officer made the right decision.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
Good afternoon. We are tracking a breaking news alert out of Jessamine County, where firefighters right now on the scene of a house fire.
A viewer sent us this video of the fire. It's on Golf Club Drive in the Keene community near the Fayette County line. And Lexington Fire tells us they have sent crews to help battle this fire. No word yet on how it started, but Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey tells us there was a storm with a lot of lightning in the area at the time. We have a crew at the scene and we'll bring you more details as we get them.
We're tracking some strong storms. Obviously, you saw there that lightning situation is what we're thinking. Rolling across parts of bluegrass tonight, bringing a lot of lightning and some heavy rain.
Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. And Chris, you told us a lot of lightning in that storm in Jessamine County.
Yeah, we were getting a tremendous amount of lightning from right on top of the same area where that fire is currently burning, near the Keene area there in the northeastern parts of Jessamine County. Actually not too far from the Fayette County line. And if we look at our live sky cam, we've got it trained in that direction. And you notice the little, what looks like a low cloud on that bottom edge there on the horizon. Well, that's likely some smoke that we're seeing from that fire. It's getting to a point and then kind of flattening out just a little bit. At least that's what it looks like. Severe thunderstorm warning is out now for parts of Wayne County. That'll take us until 6:15. Monticello, hey, we put you on red alert just a little bit ago, and that storm is now right on top of you. That is, again, is until 6:15 for the potential for some damaging winds and large hail. Live First Alert Defender as of now across central and eastern Kentucky, lighting up with heavy rain and a ton of lightning. Storms around Moorhead beginning to pulse up just a little bit. That arcs back toward the southwest. We get into southern areas of Montgomery County, back into Clark County. Showers, thunderstorms here with a tremendous light show that is ongoing on the southeastern side of Clark County, basically right on top of the Mountain Parkway corridor. Lexington Metro, downtown Lexington okay, but here comes another line of thunderstorms that is now gathering steam across Scott County. That goes back to the southwest, just to the southwest of the Versailles area, right on top of Lawrenceburg. That's a very intense storm that we're tracking across Anderson County. Additional showers and storms here on the southern part of the area that did spawn that warning. Somerset, heavy rain. We'll have to keep an eye on the creeks and streams. Ton of lightning coming from the storms here in the Russell Springs area as well. One of our weather watchers down here on Lake Cumberland, Shonda Mounts, showing that storm as it makes its way right on top of the Lake Cumberland area. Guys, all these storms will contain a ton of lightning and a ton of heavy rain. So we'll have to keep an eye out for some power hits and some more cloud-to-ground lightning strikes that could cause some additional issues.
Thank you, Chris. An Eastern Kentucky man hasn't been seen in nearly a week.
Conley Baker Jr.'s girlfriend tells us she saw him cross a creek and go into the woods near his home in Owsley County. Our Sam Smith is talking to Baker's family. They worry he got hurt in the woods. Sam's tracking the search in our top story at 5:30.
He crossed the creek and went up the hill. And when he got up the hill, he was out of sight, and that's the last he was seen.
Donnie Baker's brother, Conley Baker Jr., is missing. Crews have been searching this wide area around the 47-year-old's home off of Lucky Fork Road. Now, the man has been missing for nearly a week now, and over the course of the search, 20 agencies have been involved.
We're blessed with the help we got. It's coming in left and right. People are hearing it on Facebook. People are volunteering, coming from all over. And we're just thankful for all the people that's helped out in this search, and we're grateful to them.
Donnie says his brother's disappearance has been tough on the family. He says there's no telling where he may have gone.
He's pretty good woodsman. He could have traveled far. We suspected he may have been in pretty bad condition when he left, physically.
He says Conley has a heart condition and fears he may have had a heart attack or might have been bitten by a rattlesnake. He's just hoping his brother makes it home, and he'll continue to help search for him.
You know, we're just hoping he's alive.
In Owsley County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
And the search for Baker will continue tomorrow. Search crews have been looking for 3 days now for a woman who went missing near Cumberland Falls 24-year-old Nina Parker of Owensboro went missing Saturday evening near Eagle Falls in McCreary County. Friends of Parker say she was vacationing at Cumberland Falls State Resort Park with her boyfriend and young son. Her boyfriend told Parker's family that they were all in the water when Parker slipped and went under the water. The Department of Fish and Wildlife says right now they're treating this as a missing persons case. They'll search until dark tonight. We'll be back out to search again in the morning.
State police are investigating an officer-involved shooting in which a sheriff's deputy shot a man in northern Kentucky. Our county-by-county coverage at 5:30 begins in Grant County. James Benton told a Cincinnati TV station his grandson, 22-year-old Shane Propes, was the man shot by police last night near Crittenden. Police say Propes pointed an assault rifle at the deputy and fired, and that's when the deputy fired back, hitting Propes in the face and chest. Benton says the deputy was right to shoot Propes.
Well, I would have done the same if it had been me. And like I said, I thought his mom and dad was going to be in danger and everything. And myself also. I don't know.
Propes is recovering at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center. The deputy was not hurt. Detectives will be meeting with the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office to talk about pending charges against Propes. In Boyle County, state police are investigating the death of an inmate. According to the Advocate Messenger, a 52-year-old man died Monday afternoon after he was in the Boyle County Detention Center. The man, arrested for public intoxication, died less than 24 hours from the time he was taken to the jail. The Boyle County coroner says the man likely died of natural causes, but his body was taken to Frankfort for an autopsy. The man's name has not been released until his family members can be notified.
2 men face charges tonight in connection to a theft in Madison County earlier this month. Richmond police say that on June 7th, 24-year-old Jonathan Walker and a 16-year-old broke into a garage on Siesta Drive. The person living at the home told police a handgun had been taken from the garage. Police believe Walker and the teenager broke into the garage through a window. Both have been charged with burglary. The Georgetown Police Department says a bronze plaque that was stolen from the Georgetown Cemetery has been found. The plaque went missing from the Confederate monument last month. Police say a suspect in the case has been identified. Officers say that Freedom Medals in Winchester helped them solve the case.
It's an issue many groups around the country have been talking about. Rachel Dolezal, the white woman who's been passing herself off as black, has resigned as the leader of the Spokane chapter of the NAACP. Today we talked to Lexington's chapter about the issue. New at 5:30, Jordan Valines tells us why he believes white people play a key role in the organization.
9, 2, 1. After 1 o'clock, will you be free, you think?
Just another busy day for NAACP President William Saunders. Like other chapters across the country, he focuses on equality in the schools, minority health care issues, fair treatment in the justice system. And that's just a small piece of the pie. But lately, another issue has come to his attention. Former Spokane Washington chapter president Rachel Dolezal.
Maybe somewhat disappointed, because if she knew actually the history of NAACP, she would know that she didn't have to come as being African American.
That history goes back to the early 1900s when the organization was founded by a group of white people. Saunders said Dolezal didn't have to portray herself as black to make a difference within NAACP. He says he makes an effort to get everyone involved in local justice issues.
The NAACP is for all people. We want equal rights. We want justice for all people. And I'll take it a step further, all people of color, which includes white people.
As for Dolezal, Saunders says he is not sure if her resignation would really solve anything. On the other hand, he believes that she has accomplished positive things for the organization.
No, I don't think one flaw, one person can hurt the NAACP. I think she has probably advanced it, because now people that didn't know the history of NAACP, they're going to inquire.
In Lexington, Jordan Valines, WKYT.
Saunders says people who aren't African American sit on the Lexington chapter board, and this fall he says there will be a chapter on UK's campus.
The safety of students on campus is paramount, and tonight we have an example of what one Lexington campus is doing to help their students stay safe. Will of Lexington has our good question tonight. While driving by the BCTC Newtown Pike campus at night, I noticed many blue lights surrounding the campus. What is the purpose of these lights? For an answer, I reached out to Jennifer Tyson, who handles public information for Bluegrass Community and Technical College. She says the blue lights are emergency telephones placed around the Newtown campus and are identical to those at the University of Kentucky that they've installed at their campus. She says we are in the final stages of installation with only programming to be completed, and they should be operational in about 1 week. The blue light is simply to identify locations of the phones. Once they're operational, someone pushing the button will be connected to local 911 in the future. She says we're also planning to add mass notification capability for things like weather emergencies to these towers. If you have a good question, go to WKYT.com.
Follow WKYT online at WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
As Kentucky's 2 candidates for governor travel the state, it looks like health care could be a major issue in that race.
And Governor Beshear explains the state's attack on heroin abuse. Bill Bryant looks at the plan in the bottom line.
Good evening. After talking about running for president several times in the past, billionaire Donald Trump took the plunge today and announced he is a Republican candidate in 2016. The outspoken real estate developer's campaign logo reads, "Trump, make America great again." And he said in his announcement that he would be the best jobs president that God ever created. With Trump's entry, there are now a dozen candidates running for the Republican nomination, and more are expected. By jumping in the race, Trump was required to summarize his financial assets, which total about $9 billion. In Kentucky, health care may become a major issue in this fall's race for governor. Republican nominee Matt Bevin makes it clear he opposes Obamacare and says he would shut down Connect, Kentucky's state exchange, and transition those using it over to the federal exchange. He also says the expansion of Medicaid approved by Governor Beshear is not sustainable. But Democrat Jack Conway says it is too early to determine the health care costs. The Herald Leader quoted Conway today saying he intends to try to make it work. In Washington, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is pushing for passage of a major defense authorization act that he says is important to Kentucky. McConnell says the bill is crucial for the Bluegrass Army Depot near Richmond, where more than 1,400 people work. He says it's also important for the future at Fort Knox. Governor Beshear revealing more about the state's attack on heroin abuse. Starting July 1st, $10 million that has been set aside will be divided up, including money for community centers for treatment. $1 million will go to care for babies born addicted, and some will go to help addicted prisoners in the Commonwealth. Bill Bryant, WKYT.
It's a small step towards solving a bigger problem. Today, Prairie Farms donated 500 gallons of milk to a Lexington food bank.
The donation to God's Pantry is one of many by Prairie Farms. The company is donating a total of 11,000 gallons of milk to 22 food banks across the Midwest in honor of June Dairy Month. They tell us the milk helps make sure that Kentuckians get nutritionally adequate food.
Well, you know, milk is very highly nutritious. It's got great vitamins in it. It's got protein, vitamin D. It's just a wonderful food, and we really, really do try to focus on getting as much nutritious food out as we possibly can.
In addition to the milk donation, Prairie Farms Food Bank partners will earn 10 cents for every milk cap redeemed through their Our Caps Your Cause effort.